This is Smithy.tv.
Well, excuse me, young guy, but the first thing Hacksaw Jim Duggan has to do is give a big ho! Kind of fires me up, you know, gets the blood flowing, gets the hair standing up on the end, gets old Hacksaw ready to go. So now I'm all fired up, buddy.
So do you need coffee or anything? Or are you good after you?
Oh, I don't need no coffee, brother. I just give the ho, and the blood starts flowing, brother. I'm looking for my 2x4, and where's Hogan when I need him?
Well, if he comes, we'll take him out.
I'll beat the big guy up.
So you're very well known for chanting USA, USA.
Uh-huh.
And what happens when you're not in the United States and you chant that in several crowds?
Well, you know, it's funny you say that. I just recently came from Scotland, where I wrestled over in Scotland last weekend. And, you know, I came out with the American flag, and the folks were very receptive. But once I got ringside, I saw a young guy with a Scottish flag.
Yeah.
We switched flags. I had the Scottish flag. We blew the top off the building.
Did you get him to go USA?
Well,
No.
not like the old days. In the old days, they used to really chant USA. Nowadays, not so much with Obama.
And so we're at Niagara Comic Con in Canada, and it was one point in WCW you actually were a part of the Canadian side. What was it like knowing you're going to do that? Did you have any reservations about that, or?
Well, Team Canada, you know, they brought me up to Atlanta, WCW, and they were going to turn me bad guy. And they said, well, you're going to join a foreign team. So I'm thinking, Iraq, Iran. They're like, well, you're going to be part of Team Canada. Like, we got a lot of heat with Canada.
Yeah.
We're like brothers, sisters, or two brothers. I mean, and it just never really worked. What they were really trying to do was push me out of my contract.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, and they wanted me to quit, but, you know, it's the way I feed my family. So I just put up with it, and I realized that WCW was going under.
Yeah.
With decisions like that, it was no question.
They had some questionable decisions.
Right, yeah. So, you know, I stayed to the end, and it worked out okay.
Yeah. So, in your illustrious career, is there a match that just is maybe underrated that is your favorite?
Oh, yeah, without question. I mean, you know, I grew up in upstate New York, just north of Albany, a town called Glens Falls. As a young kid, I'd go to New York City to Madison Square Garden. And actually, my highlight of my career was wrestling Andre the Giant, main event, Madison Square Garden with over 20,000 people. It was a thrill of a lifetime for me.
That night, did you feel a lot of pain? Were you in a lot of pain?
Well, Andre was an irritable giant. Let me tell you, tough guy. He was, you know, he actually was a lonely guy. You know, he was so big. Anywhere he went, everybody would, you know, make a fuss over him. As a personal guy, he was a lonely guy. I got along okay with Andre, thank goodness.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to get in the ring with him if you didn't get along with him.
It's not a guy you want to make mistakes with.
He elevated my career from a mid-card guy to a main event guy.
Yeah. You're Hacksaw. So this is, I think, always a fun question. What would be your favorite wrestling theme?
Favorite wrestling theme?
Wrestling theme. You can't say yours, though.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you know, a 2x4, the American flag, stomping down to the ring. Oh, that works pretty good. But besides that, let me think.
That amps you up, or
Well, I think everybody. I mean, asking all the fans that came through today, I asked them about different wrestlers. One name everybody loves, Undertaker.
Yeah.
No matter if you're a wrestling fan or not, you got to appreciate the Undertaker and what he's done over all these years.
All right, so you're a pretty big guy, and I'm a little smaller. So say I wanted to, you know, get into wrestling. What's the advice you're going to give me, or are you going to tell me not to, or what would you say?
No, because you're probably the same size as Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And guys say, well, I'm a big guy. No, I'm kind of a medium-sized guy in my business.
Yeah.
The big guys are giants. But what I always tell the young kids that come up and say, hey, I'd like to be a wrestler, I tell their fathers, I said, get them golf clubs.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at, and a lot easier on the body. But what a lot of folks don't realize about wrestling, you know, there's 1,500 NFL football players.
Yeah.
There's probably 1,000 NHL hockey players.
Yeah.
There's 120 wrestlers on the WWE roster. It's a television program. Mm-hmm. It's a very, very competitive business.
Absolutely, yeah.
It has nothing to do with athletic ability or anything else, but it's still very competitive.
Would you see yourself maybe a surprise entering the Royal Rumble next year?
Well, I was just in a couple of years ago. Every once in a while they bring me back, and of course I was just in the ring before WrestleMania this year. So, you know, it was great. I came back as a wrestling talent where I wrestled DiBiase's kid, I wrestled Orton's kid, I wrestled Dusty Rhodes' son, you know, so I think I might have one or two more shows left in me, tough guy. Give me a hole, young guy.
So, I can go for it, and then would you be my tag team partner if we did it?
Well, shoot, brother, if you get in there, I'd be glad to
So
be
I'll
your
be
tag
like,
team
I'll announce you
partner.
as my mystery
Well,
partner.
that would be a good deal. See, I'd be the brawler, I'd kick and punch, and you do all the high flying moves. We might make a good team, brother.
Tag team champions?
Well, never say never, kid.
Well, what would be my name or our tag team name?
What would be our tag?
'Cause we got
I
the
don't know.
Hacksaw here, and
The
we
odd
got
couple.
The odd couple. We got like big and
Yeah,
tall,
right.
you know.
Big and tall, flying and brawling. The odd couple. It might work.
I think we should challenge
You know,
whoever the tag team
If
champions
John
are.
Cena and CM Punk can make it, the odd couple definitely's got a shot.
So should we challenge them now to WrestleMania tag team championships?
Well, WrestleMania coming up. WrestleMania is the 30 is the big one, you know. And I just want to tell all them young WWE superstars, if you want to make it, come on down to the ring, and me and the odd couple, we'll take you on, tough guy. Give me a hole, brother.
Oh!
That's not a bad hole, kid.
Tough guy?
My
Thank you very
pleasure,
much.
tough guy. Thanks very much, brother. And thank everybody. And this hole's for you, tough guy.
Can we get one more USA?
Well, I got to get the hole first, kid. Don't rush me.
Here we
You're
go.
worse than Vince McMahon. Ho! USA! USA!